Welcome back, you guys. So I have the intention of doing a whole house clean. That's why I'm starting from the entryway and I'm going to show you all of my living space. But this is the day after, I guess, Tropical Storm when she got here, but when Tropical Storm Debbie had passed. And so now we have to kind of like de-prep together. Don't worry about that that pile of cardboard boxes. The day before, I had asked my husband when he had a moment to take them all to the garage, and he promptly did. And so they're not there. You can't see them, neither can I, and obviously my husband can't see them. So here is some of my prep because I genuinely thought we would be wildly flooded. We did not get the flooding that they said. They said historic, catastrophic, don't go anywhere, you're gonna lose power. We moved that main rug because it was really rainy and windy, and my dog's going in and out from the bathroom. That wasn't a good placement for that rug for a historic level storm. We maintained power, we didn't flood. It was just a lot of rain, a lot of wind. And so when I was prepping for the storm, I went and got I ran into my counter. Did you see that? I went and I got a lot of food, and my goal was 5 days without needing groceries. Now, I have a lot of other food prepped for the zombie apocalypse, clearly. So we could last much longer than 5 days, but I wanted 5 days of groceries, like groceries. So it didn't feel like the apocalypse. I wanted like fun vibes for this emergency. Because I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to get accomplished before the storm came in, I went grocery shopping. This is my huge Walmart haul. I had a Sam's Club pickup. Everything that was frozen or cold got put away, and everything else was abandoned so I could run other errands. Like we got 2 more things of propane, 2 5-gallon tanks of propane. We had to pick up our RV and put gas in it. The gas lines were extremely huge. We had to fix some of our gutter spout situation. It didn't work great. We still had a lot of water that like sat up against the house, so we need to figure that out. But I wanted to show you guys, so I'm unpacking and displaying, just in case anybody's curious about kind of what you would get for a situation like this. Now remember, anything cold or frozen is already put away. I got extra bags of coffee over there, but I got pre-ground coffee. I have a Jackery, which is a chargeable battery system that will run different electronics and things like that. So I could make coffee if we lost power, but also I didn't want to run my coffee bean grinder because I'm bougie, you guys. That's just the life I live. I'm sorry. I didn't want to grind beans during my emergency for coffee. I wanted pre-ground. So we have a lot of coffee. A lot of that was an accident. I bought my Sam's Club cart, and it turns out there was a weird amount of stuff that was previously in there for my pickup. So we have 2 loaves of bread, 2 jars of peanut butter, because we also make peanut butter balls with like flaxseed or chia seeds, collagen, peanut butter, chocolate chips, and that is a huge food source for my kids. This Cheerio situation, I ordered different varieties of cereal. I somehow got 3 of those. You only see 2 of them, which is 4 boxes. Somehow I got 3 of Cheerios. So we have 6 huge family-sized boxes of Cheerios. So I bought Pop-Tarts, popcorn, Doritos, Cheeto Puffs, and like those sweet and salty bars because I wanted high-calorie snacks, so that if we did run low on food, a small amount of food popped a lot of energy, not necessarily nutrients. I understand that. Okay. Those trash bags, that wasn't prep. I just needed trash bags. Sometimes that happens. Okay, what else am I looking at here? I have 2 little propane camp stove things because we have a camp stove just in case we needed to cook. And also when I went to Walmart, I bought a electric 2-burner stovetop thing, and that I can also run off the Jackery. We have a lot of different pasta, and I bought Alfredo sauce, I bought spaghetti sauce, and a lot of different Carnation instant breakfast things. We bought a ton of milk, but my daughters typically eat a lot of those breakfast shakes because they have a very limited amount of food that they will actually eat. And the good thing about all of this is shelf stable. This is just going to stay. And it's not a big deal. Yes, I spent a lot right now, but this isn't food that I am worried about losing. We're going to eat it either way, so it doesn't matter that the storm didn't really hit. Sometimes when you prepare, nothing really happens, and that's fine, because if you just get things that you would eat anyways and that you have space to store, we're good. Do you see that little spin move? I thought, oh, you know what? Let's change the camera angle so I could put these away. So I actually put those things back on the table so I could show you me taking them off the table, but like in an artsier way. You're welcome. Oh, do you see those dude wipes back there? I was worried we would lose the ability to have clean water and stuff like that. So that was a thing I got just in case we couldn't shower for a while. But my husband's just going to put them in his work truck, and when he gets disgusting out in the field doing what he does, he can wipe himself off. So also not a waste. Okay, I thought I would have more being stuck at home time, and I also thought I would have a lot more anxious energy and I would clean my house when the hurricane was approaching. But neither of those things really happened. I did tidy my entryway and kind of anxiously wandered around, and I made a huge batch of chicken fettuccine Alfredo, which is kind of one of my dopamine foods. And I had a bowl of it and immediately stopped being a food that I super craved. So yay. I'm just going to portion it out and freeze it, and we'll see if it loops back around. And if not, I have a dinner for a day I don't feel like cooking, so that's fine. I did do a lot of dishes earlier, so we don't have that many dishes to do. I was doing them in case I lost access to water. I did so much stuff to prep because everybody was touting this. It was like 2 feet of rain in 24 hours and that everything was going to flood. And I was so worried. I was so anxious. And we did get a ton of rain, but it certainly wasn't 2 feet. It was maybe, I didn't see the reports. I'm going to say, based off of all of my experience measuring rain professionally, 8 inches, 8 to 10 inches. I have no idea though. I made that up, just so you guys know. I also got jelly. So peanut butter and jelly were going to be massive options for my family. So there's jelly over there that didn't make it to the display table. So sorry about that, you guys. I hope you're not too terribly betrayed. I'm not trying to sneak jelly by you guys by any means. I just washed that and I have no idea how it got on the counter like that. I think when the twins put away the dishes, sometimes they just put things wherever they feel like it should go, and sometimes they just put it out on the counter for me to decide where it goes. I know that just came out of the dishwasher and they just put it on the counter in the middle of stuff because they didn't know where it went. That comes up again later. So when I cannot find the olive oil bottle. So we're making pretty good progress. I want to get this island clean. I say this all the time, but this island is very, very large and it dominates the open living space that we have. So when this island is cluttered and dirty, which it always is, the rest of the house, regardless, will look cluttered and dirty. And so it's typically my first focus is to get this island cleaned off. Okay, so that was a huge lie. Just sorry about that. My first focus is usually to get a load of laundry and a load of dishes going. And then I let those machines work while I go do other work. And then the second thing I want to focus on is this island. So I'd given up hope of ever finding my olive oil bottle. I looked through all the places I thought the twins would hide it, and I knew if I described it to them, they still wouldn't really understand what I was talking about. And so when I went to put away the olive oil, the bottle was actually in the pantry. So maybe I am just not giving the twins enough credit of them like being able to see a random item like that and knowing exactly where it's supposed to go or what its function is. But I'm glad. I was tired of dumping out olive oil from that massive jug. Oh, we did a snow cone stand the other weekend. My kids really want to buy a VR headset, and I'm not paying for that. That's like $300. So we did start up a little snow cone stand, and they were pretty disappointed that we didn't rake in like $1,000 so each of them could buy their own headset, but they did get $20 each. Okay. This butter, I very gently put on my little butter dish thing. See that there? Yeah, the butter dish is upside down. I set it on the bottom. And then I almost dropped that. I felt so clever daintily placing it, and I placed it so perfectly nicely in the middle of it for it to just be on the bottom. Really made me mad. We are getting so much closer, you guys. This wasn't terrible. Oh, freaking sweet potato is bonkers obsessed with me right now. I think the storm really freaked her out. She did not expect at that level. And I cannot get this cat away from me for anything. She is just stalking me through the house like crazy. Eventually, she breaks my spirit and I just give up, which I think is such a good choice. Almost done. So today's goal, I obviously started out with the whole house overview, but I was setting myself smaller goals. All I have to do today, get my bulk grocery items put up, because leaving groceries out in the bags, like I can almost always get the fruits and the things that need to go in the fridge or the freezer put up. Like that's something that I can do no matter what. But when I am in a really hard place and I am struggling with my mental health, I will leave my groceries in the grocery bags until we're done actually eating through them. They can sit there for weeks on end, and I will not put away like the spaghetti, because I know spaghetti will sit forever. And yes, sometimes there's like a little package of like herbs like dill or something like that, or maybe I forgot that my frozen peas were in one of them and they just go bad because I will leave them there. And it's really, really a key indicator of where I am mentally. If my bags of groceries are just hanging out, that's a red flag. I'm not in a good place. I need to figure something out and try to pull myself out of whatever downward spiral I'm in. So I wasn't in that spiral. I was just busy, so I left my groceries out, but I didn't want to tempt myself, I guess. I don't know if you can trick your brain into going into a downward spiral by having a crutch out. I don't know how that works, but I certainly didn't want to roll the dice. So my goal was to put up those things. Also, it was wildly inconvenient having everything out. And then I wanted to clean off the front island and the back counter. That's all I need to get done today. Everything else is optional. So I'm getting the front counter done, and I'm a little tired of it. So the day before, I woke up at 5:30 in the morning anxiously waiting for the storm to hit. The storm it just was going so slowly and it went forever. And I knew it wasn't going to come until much later, but I could not sleep. I was way too anxious. And then the eye of the storm wasn't supposed to go over us until 2 a.m. the next morning. And I made it till 1 a.m. really anxiously waiting to see. I was scared. I was scared a tree was going to fall in. Hurricanes also kick out tornadoes if you're on the dirty side of it, which we were. There's a lot of other risks involved, and I was worried about flooding. So I wanted to be awake. So if there was a tornado, if a tree did fall, if the flooding did happen, I was already up and vigilant, but I was so tired. So this next day, I am still really exhausted. It's coming down from being hyper vigilant and worried about something. Plus, I didn't get very much sleep the night before. So by the time I'm done with this first island, I am done with life. I'm just done with it. I don't want to keep going. But I have those two goals. I need my kitchen to be cleaned. My liver. I need to stuff more liver pills so I can take them. But I definitely need gloves. Like, I need latex gloves because I do not want liver hands again. It smells so bad, you guys, and it will not come out of my skin. It doesn't matter what I do. I have liver hands for so long after that. Ugh. But I do enjoy taking the liver pills, and I do think they're helping. My vitamin D did increase. My B12 is really decent, and I cannot find anywhere on my blood work what my iron is, but I can't imagine it's terrible. And I do feel like my energy is getting better, and I don't care if that's placebo effect. I think placebo effects are fantastic. I would go for that any day of the week. I mean, if it feels great, it doesn't matter if your brain's tricking you. My brain tricks me into crap all of the time. I'd like a bonus. I would like a positive benefit brain tricking instead of all of the negative brain tricking. Okay, perfection. We just have to get everything back where it's supposed to go. And I do feel like my little tray is empty. I added this candle. I think it's okay. All right, I have 100,000 billion bags of this, and I used to keep all of them, and they were taking over an entire closet, everything under my sink. They were just everywhere. So I finally gave myself the grace that I can recycle those bags. And we use them. We do use them, but we don't use them at the rate that we're given them.
Why you wanna let me go now? Are you saying that to change your mind? For love or pity, let me know now. Cause your love made me go blind. What am I hearing? Saying you're moving back.
Oh, my stolen kettle. My daughter is really using that kettle. So the odds of me ever giving it back are just rapidly plummeting. I think that's my kettle now. This October, it will be 1 year that I have borrowed that kettle for 1 week. And so sometimes I send like little ransom pictures to the neighbor that loaned it to me, because I just want her to know that I am fully aware that I have it. I'm just choosing not to return it. I don't want her to think I forgot and I'm just like out of sight, out of mind. I want her to know that it's deliberate. She finds it very funny, you guys. I would return it if she wanted it, maybe. But I would make her physically fight me for it. Okay, so just a few pots and pans and like miscellaneous items to wash. I changed out my drying pad, but I was a little bit sad. I picked the black one and I was like, no, it's so close to Halloween. And then maybe the black drying rack won't feel special. And yeah, it's a little bit of a crazy thing to think, but what if it doesn't feel special? And then I put out my black drying rack and it's not spooky vibes. It's just like, yeah, that's what you've had. So I think what I need to do is swap it out and then save my super special black drying rack for October. Why risk it? This is the kind of high stakes life that you get when you watch my videos. Oh, I'm so glad I said that because I have forgotten to say this in all of my videos, and apparently it really helps and really matters, but subscribe. Like, I want you to subscribe because we are building a community/cult that is going to take over the world, and I really, really want my numbers to be pretty high when we attack Mark Zuckerberg's doomsday cult. Not doomsday cult. That was a Freudian slip. Doomsday bunker. We are not a doomsday cult. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm sure all cults start out saying they're not doomsday and it kind of just like spirals. So I can't control that, guys. That's not my fault. And then if you absolutely hate what you're seeing, subscribe. I post hopefully twice a week, and that is 2 opportunities to rage watch and also 2 opportunities to feel superior to me. So I think it feels very win-win here. And I just would love it if you guys did that. I also have memberships. If you become a member, when we steal our cruise ship, I'm going to give you the better rooms, like clearly. So also, somebody who can pilot a cruise ship needs to join me, please. I need this next. It's my next big goal. What I'm going to focus on, I feel like it's really important. But I like how I don't care about all the other parts of the cruise ship. Like, that'll come together. Somebody's going to inherently know how to fix the engines, or how do you fuel it? Like, where's the gas pump? Where's the little knob? What side is it on? Left side or right side? For us to fill up our tanks. I need, somebody's going to have to know that. It feels important to me. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine? Oh my God, what do you think that gas tag is like? I can't even imagine. I bet it's a lot. And for those of you who think that a cruise ship is a crazy goal, Scientology has their own cruise ship. Let's not let them win. Anyway, that is all I'm going to say. That's all we're going to throw out there. Okay, also, I got very distracted and my back island is almost done, except for all the food bits we have to scrape off into our hands. Feeling pretty good about this. So all we have to do is wipe this off and we're done. We're done in the goals that I set for myself. Everything else that I accomplish is above and beyond. I understand that my house is really messy. I have a lot of different things going on. We are renovating my bedroom, so a lot of the stuff that I had in my room is now just spewed out into the living room and other places. I have boxes of things that I added to my room that are now out in the living room. It's a lot of chaos and mess. Plus, when I hyper focus on a project like my bedroom, I have been neglecting every other task that I'm supposed to be doing. And then you add on the fact that I was panic prepping for what was supposed to be a historic storm. There's a lot of chaos in my home. And I know I should tackle all of that, but I can't do it. I know I don't have it in me. I don't have that energy. And if I force myself to do it, my body is going to hurt too much for the next several days. And it's just not something I want to keep doing. I used to force myself to do everything and then just suffer the next few days. And I am trying very hard not to fall into that trap. So even though there is so much I need to do, I am done with what I need to do, if that makes sense. Also, the same rules apply if, oh my God, my dog made a noise. Oh, that scared me. Oh my God. Okay, so Kesha has been rage snorting underneath the door because I won't let her in. She has been snoring so much. I think she's got something caught in her nose or something like that. So she's locked out of the room because I knew it would be picked up. So she just shoved her nose under the door and is like angry snorting at me. And she just like sneezed. And I thought I was going to die. That was terrifying. Oh my God. Okay, what I was going to say is if the dishes fit in the sink, they don't exist. And apparently, I can't believe I did this. Like as I was loading the dishwasher, I was like, I can't believe I'm not just letting them sit. But anything that had just held water, I put into the dishwasher and it's just gonna run the next time I run dishes. All right, we have a couple flats. What do we call these? We have a couple packages of bottled water and 2 on this side, 2 behind the camera that you can't see. And on this side, my kids opened both of these bottles of water to get bottles of water out and not just one of them. So I stocked one full and then I'm taking this one, I'm putting them in the laundry room. The other 2 things of water have to kind of stay in my house. The garage is getting overrun with boxes. And so there's not really, we have to organize the garage again. We have to go to the recycling center, but it's closed because of the storm, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Kesha's still making noise. And so, all right, now we're just going to sweep in here. The floor was really, really, really gross. And I knew I wasn't going to let it go. So we are going to sweep and mop in the kitchen. Leroy coming in to, oh, I edited him right out, so ignore that part. Leroy isn't as clingy as Sweet Potato has been, but he did want to supervise my cleaning intensely.
An image from a dream kept me up all night. The feeling is surreal, stuck inside my mind. Your body in my arms, under moonlit skies. We're trying to count the stars till the sun will rise. I don't wanna wait, travel far.
All right. So now bonus work. This is all just bonus work. I am taking that pile of cardboard out because it's the only pile of cardboard in my home because my husband did immediately address that other pile of cardboard boxes that I asked him to remove. So all cardboard out of my house, very beautiful, really excited about that. And just a little bit of trash everywhere. I asked my son to take out the trash and we both can't say the big black bag of trash. And so when he comes in, he is trying to say it like 20 times real fast. He thought it was the funnest little thing that we both couldn't pronounce that immediately. Leroy wants to make sure I'm doing a good job. I am not, but I love the supervision. All right. Now I thought, okay, we can do a little bit in here. And because I really wanted somewhere comfortable to sit. It's not bad in here whatsoever, but since I had a little bit left in the tank, I can get this done. I don't want to take a lot of the things that are supposed to go in my room and actually put them in my room. I still have to do stuff in here. So I am giving myself so much grace for the epic clutter that is just to the left-hand side of the camera that you can't really see. and Beauty the Rottweiler could not care less. Either could Kesha. They're both just, I don't know, excited to be asleep, which is fair. All right, finished result. Look, no boxes. And it's not flawless. I mean, look at all this. A lot of that has to do with the bedroom, and I'm not going to tidy the rest of it, but we have a really comfortable place to sit, and my kitchen's clean, and I wanted my kitchen to be clean. And so, oh, okay, hold on, you guys. Finished results. Also, I put my rugs back. Dishes in the sink don't count, but we put away the massive pile of food and prep work that I got. That's cleared off, and we were able to eat dinner at the table that night. This I'm going to have to address another time. I'm going to take that to go get washed. All of this clutter stuff, that is for future Beth to deal with. She doesn't even care. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it. I cannot wait to see what we get up to in the next video, and I love you. Bye.